Hello and welcome back to Ohio Richlands. It's not the best of mornings we've got, it's chucking down with rain. But we do have a contract on field 16 for cultivating, so we are going to go and do that. The rain should disappear around 10 o'clock, so it's not too long. We'll quickly check our animals just to make sure. Yeah, they've got enough grain. Yeah, enough water with them too. There seems to be more. More chickens, yet again. No wonder we're going through the feed like crazy. Right, we are going to jump up into the 9470 and take it over to field 16, which is just beside us actually. We'll get going with that contract and hopefully, fingers crossed, the rain disappears by the time we get the contract finished. And we can start picking up this grass and get it into that brand new silage pit. It did cost us $25,000. I think it was another, I don't know why I'm going down this way, there's grass everywhere down there. Another, I think it was $1,400 or so for that 3 lights that you see beside the silage pit there. So it wasn't cheap to put in, but we do need it. We are looking at cow pens, various ones, and which ones we could put in. That's, you know, we're not looking for hundreds of cows just now, you know, maybe 10 to 20 or so to start off with. That would be ideal. I don't know how much TMR they would go through, so it would just be a guess. This is field 16 here. I'll double check. It is, yes. Yeah, I don't know how much TMR the cows actually go through, so I'm gonna keep it kind of small to be about between 10 and 20. It depends how much they cost as well. It's going to be dairy cows, I think, just for the reason that they'll provide us with fertilizer, i.e. manure and slurry. It will cost us a little more because we have to buy the equipment for it. Obviously putting it out into the field you need a muck spreader and you need a slurry tanker. But there's lots of variations in the store, which I'm sure you'll already know, to choose from. We will need to hire a TMR mixer, a mixing wagon, because without that we can't make the food for the cows, or at least we can't make it the best mix that they need. There is also minerals I noticed in the store as well, so that's another thing we need to look into buying, and I think it is quite expensive. In fact, I'll quickly check just now. Where would it be? Pallets? And where are we? Mineral feed, there we go. So 1,050 litres is $1,000. I don't know what the ratio is to putting that in. I don't know if it's like a 0.5% ratio or if it's 5% of the mix. I'm not sure. But I'm sure when we get the mixer hired it will tell us. But we'll get this contract done. Hopefully the rain does disappear and we should see you at the end of this contract. I'll wait to start doing our own field and getting it cut, because if you do remember, we've still got that double mower sitting at the yard on hire, so we need to get that finished and off hired again as quick as possible. So let's get this field done and we'll see you guys in just a minute. Well, I don't know what's there, but it obviously does not want us to go there. I was going to turn there and come back down to where I am now and do a second pass here. I think I vaguely remember doing the cotton harvest that there is a little orange glow there. I wonder if it shows us here. Something here. There is the tiniest of dots right there. I don't know if you're going to see it against anything there. right where the circle is in the middle of my screen, right there. I don't know what it is, but it glows at night. I'm sure it glows orange. I think I've seen that before. Weird. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, that's us almost completed the contract. The rain stopped around 10 AM, so just around 40 minutes or so ago now. It's still wet. It will be for a couple hours, so I think we're going to skip time. But first we will nip into the menu and complete the contract. So we'll just get the money for that. $13,922. It is meant to get warmer later. We'll just quickly check the weather. So 17 just now, rising to about 20 degrees in the afternoon, then cooling down again. So we should manage to get hay today. We will be making maybe 2 headland passes round on field 13 and swath that in for silage to the silage pit. The rest, well, most of the field will be hay because we'll have a couple bales left and they're only the smaller size bales. But for now, we are going to skip ahead some time at the yard and we'll see you in just a minute. Well, we've skipped ahead times a little bit here. It's now just coming up to 12:15. But we first need to get fuel for this thing because it is running pretty low. And we should get the field finished pretty quickly and get this mower off hired on the back because it is a hired mower. We'll fill this up first. The grass should be dry enough for making hay. We still need to ted it, but I assume there's going to be no issues and we'll get that done. So we'll get down, get the grass cut and get the mower off hired, and we'll see you down there. Well, that's us finished up with that field. Just have to watch the deer again. They just jump out from nowhere. But we'll get this mower returned back to the dealer, and we'll also quickly check the shop as well, because we haven't checked that in a while, just to see if anything decent's come through. We have the money to buy pretty much anything that comes up in the store apart from a massive tractor, which we are still looking into. But I think our goal is the cow barn, which I would really like to get today. We'll just quickly off-hire that just now while we're here. There we go, and return. Yep. So quick check of the store. Oh, there's forage harvester headers. Very tempting, because we are thinking about doing corn for silage. It's just going to produce more litres of the product per acre we've got. I think we'll leave it just now. We'll head back up to the yard and we'll see you there. Well, we've just dropped the mower off and picked up our weight. So we're going to go in here and get our forage wagon, which should still have a bit of grass in it just now. And we'll dump that straight into the silage pit first, and then clear up this field, put it into the silage pit. And then we'll head down to field 13 and we'll start lifting the grass out of there. I thought we'd get a load in here again, but it seems like I'm going to get stuck. Yeah, I think we're going to have to leave this to the side just now and get a telehandler to level it down a bit first, and then go in again with this trailer load. So we'll jump in and do that. I just remembered we have this chaff sitting here outside this bunker, so we can throw that in too. It's not going to be much, but it's just something extra. What have we got in here already? 73,000. Right, I'll get going, packing this down, leveling it out, and we'll get another few loads in here. I'm just debating whether or not to go back down for another load. What have we got? I'll have to jump back into the pit again to see. Because we do need quite a bit of hay, and we also have the silage pit, our original silage pit is still full. About 60,000 litres, and there's 214,000 in here. So I'm guessing that's going to be enough. Yeah, we've only got a couple hay bales. We've got that full silage pit there. I think that would do us for silage. If we need more, we only need to wait a couple months anyway, until the grass regoes. Because field 13 is going to stay as grass. At least for one more cut anyway. Which should be, I would say, about March time. We could probably leave that there. Because we have that silage bunker that's full ready, about 60,000 litres in there. So we've got about 250,000 litres of silage. We're going to put the rest into hay and bale it up, because we only have 2 bales left. And I'm pretty sure the mix for TMR is, say, 2 bales of silage and 2 bales of hay and 1 of straw to make the mix. So I think we're just going to go and ted the rest of it, even though it's been windrowed. We'll ted the rest of it into hay, and then we'll go and get it baled up, taken back up with our bale trailer, which we actually never really used, to be honest. Take it back up, store it, and then we need to get this cow pen sorted out. It is ordered and organised. The guys should be coming today to get it all installed and put up. Apparently they're really quick and they can do it in one day, so it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see if they can actually manage to do it in one day. And hopefully we can get cows in either today or tomorrow before it snows. And we'll get another fertiliser application down on our 2 fields. And then with the money we've got left, I think we're going to get 2 greenhouses. I'm not sure what else, if we're going to manage a shed or not. I'm not sure the price of the cows. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, we'll go and get this windrowed, not windrowed, we'll need to get it tedded up. Then we need to get it windrowed, and then we need to get it baled. So, let's crack on. Well, that's that almost done. I do remember there is one little bit of grass down here that wasn't tedded. There we go. So we'll just do that in case it messes up any of the bales. There we go. Right, I think we'll go and find a windrower just now in the store. Just lease it quickly to kind of tidy all them up to get baled. And we'll see you back up at the yard with the bales. Well, we need to get this 2 trailers shifted out here so that we can get the chaff out of there and into the silage pit. We did spend $994 on renting that Samaz windrower. Still got that throttle sticking issue. We'll park this down here out of the way. There is some chaff there as well. this needs washed, so we'll just ditch it here. So that field has been windrowed again, and it's ready to be baled and picked up. But now, once we get this kind of leveled out with the telehandler, we're going to try something different. Well, we've already done it, but it wasn't quite right. We're going to use the 9470. Oh, that was too far. We're going to use the 9470R, and we're going to use that to compact that new silage pit, because it's actually going to fit with that one. I think we'll just leave that there. How full are we? Yeah, 214,000 litres. 34% compacted. But we'll go and get that done now. Get that remaining chaff from the other bunker into here. And then get the big tractor with the joules and get it compacted down. So, let's get that done. Well, that's the bunker finally compacted to 100%. 224,015 litres. That's quite a lot. Well, we'll get that covered. And I think we're just going to jump into tomorrow. We'll just move forward a little bit. There's still a little bit left, but that's fine. Well, move this forward. Dump the attachment there. I think we'll just skip into tomorrow, where we should be ready to get the hay lifted and baled up. So, we'll see you then. Well, as I'm sure you've seen in that last little time lapse there unloading the hay bales, we have got our cow barn up and there is cows in it. We bought 20 cows, the Holstein variety, so they produce milk, which means they should also produce slurry and manure so that we can use that for fertilising our own fields and even contracts to save on fertiliser costs. The 20 cows was $5,000 in total, well, $4,000, but there was a $1,000 transport charge, but we've got the cows. We've also leased this forage mixer, which is a Fairson PF 2.24 Plus. It's a forage wagon mixer. It cost us $2,550. It's not the biggest one, but it was the bigger of the two smaller or reasonably priced ones, because we were only leasing it. I'm trying to think of the best place to go. We could maybe just park it side on here, because we need something out of the silage bunker there. We also need a hay bale, or two potentially, and then one bale of straw. Now, do I need to turn it on? Because this is our first time using this. It is going to take a little while to get used to, but I think we're just going to time lapse this first load. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get the ratios right, because it gives it in percentage and not litres, so I don't know how much of each to put in. So this could take a minute. We're going to time lapse this and we'll be back in a minute. I think I still need to get mineral feed as well, so I'll probably nip down at the shop at the end of this to go and get that to finish the mix. So let's get going with our first ever TMR load. So we're almost there. We'll try a little bit of mineral feed first. And we need to find our pallet forks, which I think is actually up at the chickens. Speaking about chickens, when we come back we need to feed the chickens and we need to top up our water supply for the sheep. But we also need to fill the trailer up with water as well, because it is very low. I don't think there's much left, it's maybe like 100 odd litres. But that's the new cow pen. Hey, where are we going? We need to nip down to the shop, so we'll do that now. And we'll see you back up here. We could take a tour through here actually quickly while we're here. So it costs about 160,000 for it. It is massive. I can't remember the amount of cows it holds, but they're all waiting patiently on food, so we need to get a move on. So we'll see you back up here in just a second. We'll finish off that TMR mix and we'll get them fed and straw down for bedding. Well, that's us back with the mineral feed. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it won't really stick to this forks. That's why the other pallet is in bits. I can't see our bar. Oh, it's taken the whole pallet. Really? That's taken the whole pallet. It looked like it was just a little bit. But that's the correct mixture. It has to be within the bars, so I'm assuming you could put one bag or what looks like the whole pallet in at once, but this is going to be costly. Very, very costly. We'll try and maybe put a half pallet of mineral feed in next time, or maybe not even that. If this there's the pallet, that's what I mean. They're very glitchy. I don't know what's wrong with it. We'll drop that forks there. I think the straw's fine, we'll leave that as it is. We'll chuck in a little bit more grass and possibly a little bit more silage. I don't know how much, not grass even, hay. Put a little bit of hay in and we'll put a little bit of silage in and see what we get. quite awkward to do. That'll do, and then we'll just fill it up with the rest with silage, and that should be us right on target. It's a bit of messing about for a start, getting the mix right and knowing what to put in, but we will get up to speed with it the more we do it. And obviously we'll need to redo. It's full of chaff. Why is that? I thought I picked all the chaff up from here. Yeah, when we get the bigger trailer at some point, eventually, we'll have to redo what we put. It'll be the same mix, you know, 2 silage, 2 silage, 2 hay, and 1 straw. But once we figure out with a bigger one what we need to put in, we can make the bales to suit, because obviously we'll need all the bales now. Up till now we have just sold them as and when needed. We'll just ditch that here just now. Well, that's the first load, 100%, 24,000 litres. We'll just nip across our grass field here. So we're at 3.9% with the additive. I'm going to try and take it down a bit, because 1,000 litres of additive, or almost 1,000 litres, it's $1,000 a pallet. And if we're putting 6 loads in at a time, when we get more cows, that's $6,000 just in feed. We're unloading on the left side, so that should be fine. We'll switch to this view. I think we can turn the mixer wagon off now, because I think it'll be mixed. And we should be able to see it come out here. Perfect. Well, that's our first load into our very hungry cows. They've just not long arrived, but by the time we've messed about doing this and getting the measurements right for putting the right bales in and all that, it's taken some time. But a quick look. Oh, we're going to need a lot. I should have bought the bigger mixer wagon. Yes. Right, we'll throw in a bale of straw just now for bedding, because anything in the barn needs a bed. So we'll throw that in for now. We'll nip down this little side track here. It's quite hard to try and align it. You see how the field slopes down? We've got a massive kind of grade up here. Not the best of layouts, but it should work. We'll go down the bottom and round. Then once we've got the cows up to a decent amount, we are going to get the chickens fed, and then we will look at getting water for the sheep. The cows don't need water because they're in the barn. I don't know how that works, but that's how it's getting done anyway. Right, we'll get another full load of this in, and then we'll put... In fact, we could do the straw bale just now, actually, could we? I think it's just drop it in. I don't think you actually need a blower of any sort. I think you maybe do, to be 100% realistic, but for now, just to give them straw, I'll just leave this stuck into the pile here. I think we'll just give them a straw bale. I won't use any of these because obviously we need them for the next mix that needs to go in just now. But we'll grab a straw bale. If they're all 8,000 litres, I think we could maybe take up 2 actually. Where have we started taking from here? So if we grab that one there. I need to move that cedar. Oh. Yeah, I need to move the cedar because it's just going to be in the way if I break. There we go. Yeah, everything, it's like you need a bigger yard all the time. It doesn't matter how you place things or how you do it, they always need more room. And we've got less now because of this cow barn. But let's see if this works. If it doesn't, I need to nip down to the shop and get a blower. I'm assuming it goes in here. Would it? Are they going to take that? No. I think they will need... Where I need the blower for the straw, because it's not taking anything out of them. But then it has to go in this side. Right, because we've got the money to do it, I know the 7R needs repaired. We'll ditch this here. And we need to run down and we need to hire in fact I can show you what it is. Where are we? Animals. This thing here, this was the mix I was on about. It's 50,000 to buy, 24,000 litres, or there's, I know it's a mod again, but 45,000 litres. That's a big difference, especially when you're making a heap for more cows, or if you're just starting like just now. That would have been ideal, but we opted not to go for it. That takes bales, chops them 36, 37,000 or 29,000. 11,000 litres. No, that's a mixer wagon. That's not. Oh, there was a cheaper mixer wagon. Oh, so one of these then. It takes 2 bales and 2 bales. I don't think it really matters which one's which. This one looks like it'll hold more. 1,800. These cows are getting costly. Well, we have to do it. So we're going to grab the 7R, head down to the shop, pick that up, come back up and get straw into them because they have food already. So we'll see you in just a second. Well, that's us here. I'll just jump out, chuck these bales in. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then we'll have to find another way. I don't know if it takes both at the same time. Put one kind of right in the middle. I'm not too sure how this works. Well, one's in. Try and throw this one in too. See, I don't know how much they're going to take, so this is just a guess just now. There we go. Well, it's taken them, so. We also still need to get a manure pit constructed because the slurry is right where we are just now. But we do need to get a manure pit. I'm not sure if it's just going to go at the top corner of the yard here, just in the grass field area. I'm not sure yet. That's still to be decided, but needs to be decided quite soon. You just drive into the trigger, I would assume. Unload, would it manually unload? We'll just quickly double check that's working. No. This is a weird one. Would it go in through that door? This is a bit of an odd one. I would assume that's just for putting. This is a weird one. Because there's nothing around this side. Oh, there is straw in the... No, it's not taking it. So the straw's just dumped in the middle then. So we're never getting that straw back. But then where else would it go? It wouldn't go in there, would it? No, that's the milk. Ah, that's a weird one. I'll leave it just now and see if it does register that. I'm not sure why it wouldn't. Still not. Weird. There's nowhere else it could go. There is another door here, but I don't think that's for... There's another door up there too. Yeah, that's a weird one. We'll have to come back to that and see if they actually need it. Telehandler. Oh, and we need the 7R. Right, let's get another feed mix made. And we'll start getting a lot of feed into them, so it's all kind of, it's there to last a while. And we can see how quickly they go through it today. If they go through it quick enough, I'll maybe just keep this on hire for another day, because we only use it for like, you know, like an hour a day, so it's not going to cost a fortune. Right, we'll hook that up and nip over, grab the telehandler, and let's get this filled up again. Well, I've been doing a little bit of reading up, just very briefly there between the last clip and this one, and it looks like there's a glitch with the straw spreader. Yes, we may have possibly wasted a little bit of money. We kind of need the money just now because the 7R needs repaired and it's about 24,000. I did quickly check it. You can't use a straw spreader because of the glitch. I don't know why. I think it's 2 full bucket loads of this, but we'll just put one in just now. There is a slight glitch, so you have to put it into a trailer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this mix and feed them it. Then what we're going to do is grab a couple straw bales, or the ones that's in the wagon just now, and we're going to throw just straw into this TMR mixer, and we're going to try and put that into the trigger point for the TMR, and that should unload, or it should do it correctly. This is a bit of a pain, isn't it? Why is that not going in? There we go. So another, we'll get a hay bale from inside. So it should be, you can put loose straw into a normal trailer, like the one we've had for, you know, since the very start. You can put it into that. But because they're already baled, I'm assuming they're going to need broken down. So I'm going to put it in the TMR mixer and we're going to try that. But first we'll get this load made. Just thinking about it, actually, we could maybe use the forage wagon if they need a lot of straw to save us messing about with this. I don't think it was quite a full bale. About there. How much of a mix is that? 56% full. I could put a little bit more in, I suppose. It's just trying to get the mixes right. There's not much of a bale left, we'd as well get rid of that, would we? Why is it not going in there? There we go. That'll do. Then we'll put a bit of straw in. And then we're going to try and just do a little bit of mineral feed, because they've obviously got quite a lot already. I don't know if you can make it without it or not. It would be a bonus. I don't want to lose this whole bale because it's quite a big one. Why is that not going in? It's a funny angle maybe. But yeah, it's just getting used to having the cows and how they get. Obviously the chickens are really easy, you just throw some feed in their pen and, you know, that's them ready to go. I'll try it there. Just double check. 74% of the way. But we need a little bit more silage to make up the mix. Dump that one there. Yes, more silage. So we'll put a bit more silage in first. We'll get the mix kind of almost there. Oh, that'll be our hired mixer trailer I've just hit. Perfect. Yep. Well, we'll just throw that in. It would be good if it told us how much was left in the trailer. There's 19,000, so if we take another, we could take another bit of, bit more silage. Maybe not quite that much. And then we'll just top it off with grass. I think that'll maybe do. Not grass, hay, sorry. So we'll dump this here again, and a little bit more hay. This is just turning into being a mess, isn't it? We need another hay bale. Go and get that. And that should bring us to roughly where we need to be before we add in the additive. But this is going to be, oh no, still one small bale left, and then we've got the new ones we made today. Looking at it, we should have maybe made that whole field into hay, or at least a good bit of it, or a good bit more than we did. Right, let's put a bit more of this in, but not too much. How much are we now? 21,000, so take it down to about 4,000 litres. What are we at now? 23,000. So there's 1,000 litres to go. What are we at? It doesn't say the percentages. We can put a little bit of that additive. Popped up there briefly, there we go. So we could put a little bit more silage in, but I'm going to throw in additive first. We'll leave the forks stuck in here because we'll need them in a second. Chuck in the additive here and see if it still lets us make it. If it does, then we obviously don't need a whole massive pallet. What's 102 litres in there? Quickly dump this in here. 0.4%. We could put a little bit more in. I don't know. The pallet's just a bit. I don't know what's wrong with it. There we go. Chuck a little bit more additive in. Not too much this time. We've learned it takes a whole pallet. We don't need to do that again. But yeah, it's just learning. The chickens are easy enough, and so is the sheep, but then you get into the cows, it's a little bit more tricky. I think that will do them. 1% of additive, and then we'll do whatever is left with our silage, and then I would say that's the mix ready to go. I'm not sure, I'll just take a full bucket full. Whatever's left we can just put in with this. It looks quite full, I don't know how much it's going to take. Yeah, I think that would do. Oh, perfect. Full. 1% of the shovelful we took. Nip back up to the tractor. So that should be 24,000 litres. Perfect. So it's accepting the 1% of additive we put in instead of 4%, which is good. Everything's within the green bars, so I'm assuming that's a proper mix. It's showing up, the little icon beside the 24,000 litres is showing up as TMR. So I'm assuming that's fine. I don't know if there's a better, a mixture. If you put more additive in, it's better for them, but from what I've seen on the options, which we can quickly look at here, the total capacity is just what we've got in just now. Total mixed ration gives you 100%, and then hay is 80, grass is 40. Obviously if you over mix with your TMR, it's not gonna come out as TMR, it's gonna come out as something else, or forage, or I don't know, chaff maybe. Might go back to chaff if you don't fill it correctly. But we'll leave the mixer here, we'll run down with the telehandler and we'll try this straw thing and see if it's actually going to work. We could have just used a trailer. The straw's in there, which is kind of annoying. Right, we'll try this, see how we get on. left a little bit in the bale, that's okay. Right, moment of truth. Let's see if doing this allows us to put the bed in down. So 100% straw. If this doesn't work, we'll have to go back to the drawing board really. Well, it's saying overload straw, so same again, we'll do a little bit there. There we go. That's the straw in now. So it doesn't work with that. Well, what we need to do now actually is off-hire that, because we don't need it. That was a bit of a waste of money. But as you can see, it's putting the straw in. Oh, it's not going to take much. That's us done. So we'll throw in another bale into this machine and offload it. If it doesn't take it all, then it doesn't matter, because we can just start making a TMR mix. So now that we've done that, I'll get this cows finished off to get them fed, and we'll get the chickens fed as well. And then we need to go and take the water tanker and get some water somewhere at one of the lakes close by, or streams or rivers. So we'll see you guys in just a second. Well, that's the chickens fed. I'm just going to grab what's left here on the ground, then put the bucket back in the shed. We're going to use probably the telehandler and take the water tanker round to the river, or the little stream that's not far behind the farm, fill it up, then come back and give that to the sheep, check their feed. I think they're okay actually. They've got 2 bales sitting, so they're quite topped up with their feed. And I think we'll leave the episode there because it is quite long. And I think we'll jump into, it looks like next year, because I don't think there's going to be much contracts come through. So I think we'll leave the episode here and we'll see you after the new year. But we've achieved it. We have finally got cows. And we are kind of happy just now. We are progressing. We are expanding. It is kind of slow, but we are getting there. We have got a plan in place, but we can speak about that more in the next episode. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do. It helps us out. And we'll see you in the next video very soon. Thank you very much for watching.